Hello, wonderful people. Welcome once again to our tutorial on Google Sheets. Today we are going to look at if NA. You remember in the other video we handled if error. We are going to look at if NA, right? So just like if error, if NA function handles NA errors specifically, right? Where you are working and you find NA errors like what we have right here. Then with the if NA function, you can be able to produce any note that you want if your calculations meet NA. So we are going to look at it. What's the syntax for if NA? This is the syntax. If NA value, right? If the value, if it is NA, then it should produce NA. Let's look at a very simple one right here. Let's say this is the distance and this is the time. This is the speed. So how do we do if NA? So equal sign if NA, there's a very simple one we are doing. If NA, let's say we want to divide this by this to get a speed. So we say this divided by this to get a speed. You know, here we can get 10 here. 20 divided by 2 would also give us 10. 10 divided by an NA, it will give us error. But then we want that error to be, it will give us error, but we want to give a note how we want it to appear. So our note is, you put this in quotation brackets, say there, let's say no value. Let's just put the no value. Okay. And then we hit enter. So wherever it meets an NA error, it will say no value. Great. Auto suggestion, auto fill. Yes. Yes, we have it now. So that's all about if NA. It's pretty simple, right? Now we can mix if NA with an index function. We can also mix if NA with an array formula. You want us to try? Let's try. Okay, so let's try here. We want to mix if NA with an index. So we say is equal to if NA. Okay, it's populated. Let's if NA. Okay, if NA, then index. We want to next index into it. Let's nesting index. Okay, if index, which range are we looking at? We want to look at this range. We want to populate the same range here. So let's say if range from here come in, comma, right? Which row? Let's say row number 2. We want row number 2. We want the figure in this side. We know, all right, but for the sake of just understanding, we want the figure here, the value here, it should be in row number 2. Row number 2. Okay, let's close the index. We are not going to choose the column because we selected only one row. If we selected more than one row, we would have chosen the column. This is not about index. If you really want to understand index, I've also handled index in the previous videos, but just for the sake of if NA. Okay, so we close this bracket and we bring a comma to indicate what text we want to show up if this meets an NA. So it's going to meet these NAs, but we want to change it to no value, or let's say not value not available. Yes, just to distinguish value. So I didn't bring my quotation marks. Value not available. Okay. When we hit enter, we will see 5 will show up 5. Okay, and let's say we want to stretch this down, to this side and see what we get. Yes, right. 5 to value not available, value not available, value not available, pretty much like this one. Okay, so this is where we are using it with index, and this is the syntax. We can as well use it with array formula. Okay, let's delete this and try using an array formula. Okay, let's use it here. We want to use it with an array formula. So with an array formula, we are going to calculate the speed, which is miles per hour. What we do is equal to if any. Okay, if any, then we bring the array formula. What do we do next? Array formula is we are choosing a range, this range, divided by this range. We close this bracket, we bring the comma, and then we can say error, right? If any shows up, let's just say error. That's what we want to say. If any shows up, let's say error. And then we hit enter. Yes, you can see it right here. So this is our speed that we've calculated. We have our mph miles per hour. So you see 10 divided by 50 divided by 5, 10, 20 divided by 2, 10, and then here error. Okay, so congratulations on mastering if error. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting Google Sheets tutorials. If you have any questions or you want to share your advanced formula success stories, leave a comment below. Thank you and see you in the next video.